It was raining the night that Manhunt in the Dakotas was broadcast on NBC. Lightning strikes struck somewhere and momentarily interrupted the movie based on Jim Corcoran's book, Bitter Harvest. He has been around for the better part of 30 years. 34 years. Well, that's the better part of 40 years. 2 generations. I remember when he wrote, "As you saw in the agenda, we've been asked to do a 30-minute presentation to the Board of Trustees on May 14th. I've started listing a number of things I would like to see covered during that presentation. I would also appreciate your thoughts regarding additions and/or deletions. Simmons College Radio, heard around the world. The hate crime interview, nutrition, sports show, student music shows, particularly the gospel hour, the Why Simmons ads, the Simmons News, now The Voice, the award-winning Comtrax magazine, the South Africa course and the publications resulting from it, Ghana and the globalization on a shoestring, the Communications Honor Society, the Rex Mix Award for Outstanding Curriculum. There is lightning in Jim Corcoran's eyes as he tells me about his plans for media and the message. Like the fire in the prophet hermit's eyes in some burned-out desert. He's telling me about trying to keep his students from watching TV for a week, and about plagiarism at the Globe, and about how frustrating it is sometimes when they seem to have no opinion on how to live their personal and professional lives, or about how integrity used to be so much a part of journalism. Homegrown terrorism, homegrown terrorists. They blew up that building in Oklahoma City, and Jim Corcoran was thrown into a firestorm. A horrible prophetic moment that he had hoped would never come true. The media wanted to talk to him, and he talked, and he was consumed by the nation's grief. But the next night, he made sure that he was sitting in the dark in a small movie theater in Brookline, being with me and watching my animation retrospective. He had me practicing, mind you, with him, and how to run a meeting according to Robert's Rules of Order, parliamentary procedure. Trying to get it down right so that his department meetings might run as well as they could when he took over as his department's chair. I remember department barbecues and parties at his home. I remember the book signing of Bitter Harvest at Harvard and the film premiere. I have a copy signed of Castleton, a neighborhood portrait. And he, Jim Corcoran, was our commencement marshal. He went head-to-head with a college president and her provost and dug up some information using his crafty journalist ways and made life kind of miserable for them. Jim Corcoran can be very bad. For me, the most telling time reflecting Jim's contribution to communications was at an alumni reunion. The class of 1991 came back to Boston. So many of our alumni worked with Jim on the college newspaper, studied with him, and they were his advisees. He was guest of honor. And when he entered the reception at Eastern Standard in Kenmore Square, I saw in all their eyes that they were welcoming the Prince of North Dakota, the king of their New England. It is extraordinary for a student to be able to read an article, several articles in newspapers, written by her professor, and talk about them with him in class. That is Jim's excellence in teaching. It is extraordinary for an institution to be able to see her professor speaking out on broadcast television, a recognized expert in the field, as an eloquent spokesperson for the college, as is Jim. This is Jim's excellence in service to the college. It is extraordinary for a writer, a journalist, a teacher, to be able to harness the energy required to write and publish his books and articles, to travel and deliver his lectures, and to create and teach new and imaginative courses, let alone serve for many, many years as department's chair. This is Jim Corcoran's excellence in professional development. In recognizing James Corcoran's contribution to Simmons and the Department of Communications, I am saying that it is time for us to wish him well, and to show our appreciation to him for that fire in his eyes and the lightning that God put in his spirit. Fare thee well.